Hi everyone, today we're going to look at chords and score reading. So here I have a C major scale. In order to build chords upon each note in this scale, what we need to do is build our pancake stack chords on top of each note. So on top of C, we would need to skip one, then we would get to an E. On top of that, we would also need to skip one, then we would get to a G. So then we have C, E, and G, and there we have our pancake stack. So that would be chord 1, or the tonic / root chord in C major scale. So our next chord would be D, and same as before, we would need to skip one. That would get us to F. From F, we skip one, that would get us to A. Then we have our pancake stack of D, F, and A. That would be chord 2. Moving on, we have E. From E, same thing, we skip one. That gets us to G. From G, we skip one. That gets us to B. So that would be our chord 3 in the scale of C major. Here we have F. Pause the video now and see if you can work out the rest of the triads for each of these notes. Okay, so hopefully you have had a go at making these pancake stack chords. So here we have F, A, C, here G, B, D, A, C, E, and B, D, F, and then C, E, G again. Now we are moving on to G major. So here you can see we've got a different key signature. This means we have an F sharp, and we know that because of the circle of fifths. We know that when we go around 1 to the right on the circle of fifths, we can see our G major, which has 1 sharp. That sharp is F. So to form our pancake stack chord in G major, we follow exactly the same procedure. G, skip 1, B, skip 1, D. And that would be labelled as chord 1. Next, A, skip 1, C, skip 1, E. And you might be confused as to why these notes are placed on the stave where they are. Don't forget we have this bass clef here instead of treble clef. B, skip 1, D, skip 1, F. But because of our key signature, that F has to be an F sharp. Pause the video here and see if you can complete the rest of these triads. Okay, so hopefully you would have had C, E, G, D, F sharp, and A, E, G, E, F sharp, A, and C, and G, B, D. Pause the video here, see if you can have a go at the F major scale. Don't forget our key signature, which is a B flat. Okay, so now we know what each scale degree is and what each triad is. We need to work out how to remember each of the Roman numerals on all of these notes. So, a great way to remember that is chord 1 in C major. Looks like a capital I. Kind of like this. And we call it the tonic or root. Chord 2, so D, F and A, will be called the supertonic. Chord 3, which would be E, G and B in the key of C major, would be known as the mediant. Chord 4, which looks like an I and a V, would be F in the key of C major. Chord 5, the dominant in C major, would be G. Chord 6, the submediant, would begin on A. The leading note would begin on B. So now, I would like you to see if you can remember the names of those scale degrees using these pictures as clues. Pause the video here and guess this first chord. That was root position or root/tonic. Pause the video here. Supertonic, mediant, subdominant, dominant or chord 5, submediant or chord 6, leading note, and then we are back to the root or the tonic. Okay, so how do we then read these chord progressions on a score? So here we can see that the key signature tells us 2 flats. Looking back at our circle of fifths, we know that this is going to be B flat major. So if we look in the bass here, we can see grizzly bears don't fear anything. So this is going to be B flat, D and F. In the key of B flat major, this is going to be known as chord 1. Okay, so then what on earth would G be in the key of B flat major? Because we have G, B flat and D here. Okay, so we count up from B flat, C, D, E flat, F. Okay, one more, G. So that is going to be chord 6, also known as the submediant. So if we were to label this, we would label this chord over here with a capital I, chord 1. Here we would label this with chord 6, which looks a bit like, if I scroll backwards, yes, a V and then an I. Okay, so here we can see that we have B flat again. In the key of B flat, E flat is going to be B flat, C, D, E flat, the subdominant. Okay. So what I would like you to have a go at is the chord reading worksheet I've given you on flat. What I'd like you to do is create annotations on this flat worksheet and annotate the chords. Don't forget to look at the key signature first. So I'll help you out with this one. This is going to be C major because there's nothing in the key signature. So in C major, this has to be C, E, G, which means that's going to be our root or our tonic. So that has to be labelled with, find my annotations, chord 1. Okay, so what I'd like you to do is have a go at labelling these chords. These chords are all in root positions. We will get to inversions in another video.